Welcome to Gentleman FM. I got hell on my shoulders, and I still walk straight. Every scar got a story, every loss got a name. I learned young that the devil don't always wear black. Sometimes he looks like a friend, sometimes he sleeps in your bed. I bury things I love, I bury pieces of me. Left some blood on the highway just to find out I'm free. I don't pray for forgiveness, I don't beg for a break. I just carry my demons like a debt I still pay. Hell on my shoulders, fire in my veins. I walked through the darkness and I came back changed. Ain't asking for mercy, ain't running from pain. I got hell on my shoulders, but I'm still standing here. There were nights I went silent cause the truth hurt too much. There were hands I should've held that I never could touch. I made deals with my shadow just to make it through. Lost myself in the mirror, couldn't tell what was true. Now the road keeps calling and the sky's turning gray. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I won't stay. Let the past keep screaming, let it follow my tracks. I ain't carrying heaven, I'm carrying what I lack. Hell on my shoulders, fire in my veins. I walked through the darkness and I came back changed. Ain't asking for mercy, ain't running from pain. I got hell on my shoulders, but I'm still standing here. Maybe someday I'll lay down, maybe someday I'll sleep, but tonight I got miles to go, and goals I gotta keep. So turn the headlights higher, let the black top roll. If this road wants my soul, it's gonna have to take it whole. Hell on my shoulders, still breathing somehow. I ain't who I was then, and I ain't stopping now. Let the whole world judge me, let the thunder call my name. I got hell on my shoulders, and I'm walking through the flames. I heard him knocking long before I opened the door. He knew every weakness I tried to hide before. He knows where I've been, he knows what I've done. He knows every promise I broke just to run. I kept my secrets buried under the floor, but the truth has a way of finding your door. I ain't scared of the darkness, I've been sleeping with it every night that I survive. Put another scar in it. The devil knows my name. He knows where I came from. He knows every battle I was too proud to run from. He knows all my sins. He knows all my shame. But I looked him in the eyes and I never bowed my head. I used to blame the world for the man I became. Blame the bad blood, blame the streets, blamed everybody's name. But somewhere in the mirror I finally saw the truth. A man could blame his past, but he still chooses what he does. So let the fire burn, let the old ghost talk. I got nothing left to hide and nowhere left to walk. I ain't asking for salvation, I ain't begging for peace. I've already paid the price for the man I used to be. The devil knows my name. He knows where I came from. He knows every battle I was too proud to run from. He knows all my sins. He knows all my shame. But I looked him in the eyes and I never bowed my head. If hell wants a piece of me, let it come tonight. I've been fighting with my shadow under every street light. I don't need an angel to tell me I'm alive. I just need one more mile and a reason not to die. The devil knows my name, but he don't know my soul. I've been carrying this darkness, and it's made me whole. He can follow my footsteps, he can whisper all the same, but I walk straight through the fire and leave him with my name. I used to leave the light on, used to wait by the door. Thought every broken promise had a reason worth waiting for. I gave more than I had till there wasn't nothing left. Put my faith in the wrong hands and buried what they wrecked. I learned love can turn cold without making a sound. A man can lose everything and still not fall down. Now I don't hear apologies, they don't mean much anymore. I watch too many good intentions die behind a closed door. No mercy left, no tears to waste. I've been burned by the fire, I've been dragged through the flames. No mercy left, no debt to repay. If you come from my heart, you're gonna find an empty place. I don't hate you anymore, that's the strangest part. take something from you, and I've got nothing left to part. You can keep your excuses, keep your carefully chosen lies. I've seen the truth in silence. I've seen it in your eyes. I don't need revenge. I don't need you to hurt. Some wounds close themselves when you finally know your worth. So let the rain come down, let it wash these streets. I'm done chasing shadows, I'm done begging for peace. No mercy left, no tears to waste. I've been burned by the fire, I've been dragged through the flames. No mercy left, no debt to repay. If you come for my heart, you're gonna find an empty place. Maybe that's what surviving cost. You lose the part that you used to trust. You stop expecting someone else to save you when the whole world turns to dust. So I'll carry what remains like a stone inside my chest. I didn't become this cold, I just finally learned to protect what's left. No mercy left, but I'm still alive. No prayer on my lips, but I still face the night. No mercy left, and I don't feel ashamed. I walked through hell alone and came out wearing my name. Headlights cutting through the rain, two white lines in an empty lane. Got my whole life in the passenger seat, and every ghost riding next to me. There's a town behind me, I don't say his name. Too many memories, too much blood in the rain. I watched the house disappear in the mirror one last time. Funny how the things you lose stay with you for life. Ashes in the rear view, fire fading behind. I left everything I couldn't say somewhere on that county line. Ashes in the rear view, smoke up in the sky. I ain't running from the past, I'm just finally letting it die. There was a woman I loved, there was a man I was. There were promises I made that I couldn't become. I remember every goodbye, every door that slammed. Every night I swore I'd never be that man. But the road don't ask questions, and the highway don't judge. It just keeps pulling forward when you've had enough. So I press my foot down, let the old town disappear. If the ghosts wanna follow me, they can follow from back there. Ashes in the rear view, fire fading behind. I left everything I couldn't say somewhere that county line, ashes in the rear view, smoke up in the sky. I ain't running from the past, I'm just finally letting it die. Maybe I can't change the damage, maybe some scars never close, but a man can't live forever with one foot where he goes. So tonight I'm choosing distance, not forgiveness, not regret, just another mile between me and everything I can't forget. The sun ain't coming up yet, but I can feel the night get thin. Sometimes leaving is the only way to find yourself again. Ashes in the rear view, nothing left to say. Let the fire take the memories, let the blacktop take the weight. Ashes in the rear view, I'm still breathing somehow. I don't know where this road ends, but I'm not turning around. I gave you every warning, you just thought I'd never leave. Kept pulling on the same old chain till it started cutting me. I stood outside that doorway with my hand against the frame. One last look at everything, one last taste of yesterday. I know every road behind me, I know every lie by heart. I know exactly where it ends, and I'm done going back to the start. Ain't coming back, not this time. You can't keep the memories, you can't keep the lies. Ain't coming back, let the whole thing burn. I spent half my life getting lost, now it's my turn. I used to think that loyalty meant staying through the pain, but there's a difference between love and letting someone break your name. I carried everybody's burden till my own back nearly snapped. Kept saying I could fix it when I knew there was no way back. So I left the keys on the table, left the past inside that room, and walked into the midnight rain with nothing left to prove. Ain't coming back, not this time. You can't keep the memories, you can't keep the lies. Ain't coming back, let the whole thing burn. I spent half my life getting lost, now it's my turn. Maybe you'll say you've changed, but I've heard those words before, and they all sound the same. I don't need to hate you, I don't need to make you pay. The strongest thing I ever did was simply walk away. So let the thunder shake the windows, let the old foundation crack. I built a life out of the wreckage, and I ain't giving that back. I ain't coming back. Not tonight. I found a little peace on the other side. I ain't coming back. Let the old world burn. I spent half my life surviving. Now it's my turn. The road is dark, the tank is full, the night is wide, and I'm finally free. Ain't coming back. You can hear that engine fade. That's the sound of a man who finally escaped. Wash these hands 1,000 times, still see it underneath. Every mirror tells a different story, but they all remember me. I changed my clothes, I changed my town, I changed the names I used, but you can't outrun a memory when the memory is you. There are things I never talk about, things I buried way too deep. Some nights they crawl out of the darkness, and they don't let me sleep. Blood don't wash off, no matter how hard you try. You can drown it in whiskey, you can bury it inside. Blood don't wash off, it stays under your skin. You can run from the devil, but you can't outrun where you've been. I remember that cold morning, I remember every sound. I remember looking at my hands and feeling nothing at all. That's the part that scares me most. Not the blood, not the blame. It's how a man can lose his soul and still remember his name. I don't ask for forgiveness, I don't deserve the easy road. I just carry what I carry, and I pay what I owe. Every mile that I drive, every night that I survive, here's another chance to prove I'm more than what I did that night. Blood don't wash off, no matter how hard you try. You can drown it in whiskey, you can bury it inside. Blood don't wash off, it stays under your skin. You can run from the devil, but you can't outrun where you've been. Maybe redemption ain't forgetting. Maybe it's facing what you've done, looking straight into the darkness and refusing to become it again. So I carry every scar like a warning on my chest. I don't call myself a good man, I just try to do my best. If the past comes knocking, I'll answer at the door. I ain't hiding from the man I was, I just don't live there anymore. Blood don't wash off, but the wound can close. You can carry what you did without letting it control you. Blood don't wash off, and maybe that's alright. Some scars are there to remind you how you made it through the night. I saw the iceberg way before the light. Captain said, relax, boys, yeah, everything's alright. Water through the hallway, panic on the deck. Everybody's got a plan, nobody's got a fucking clue what comes next. I heard the band keep playing like the world ain't coming down. I poured another whiskey and I watched that bastard drown. Iceberg ahead, and I'm still full speed. Everybody's praying, but nobody's listening to me. Iceberg ahead, yeah, we're going down. If this is how it ends, I'm going down with a smile. I spent my whole life thinking I could steer. Then one cold night, the damn thing disappeared. Promises were lifeboats, most of them had holes. Funny how you find out who's with you when the water hits your soul. I watched the rich man panic, watched the brave man run, watched 100 people swear they were absolutely fucking fine. So I lit another cigarette and leaned against the rail. If you're gonna watch me sink, at least let me enjoy the tale. Iceberg ahead, and I'm still full speed. Everybody's praying, but nobody's listening to me. Iceberg ahead, yeah, we're going down. If this is how it ends, I'm going down with a smile. Maybe I should have turned, maybe I should have known. Maybe some ships are built just to teach you how to go. I don't need a lifeboat, I don't need a crown. I've survived worse nights than watching this ship go down. So play that dirty guitar, let the whole damn ocean roll. If the devil wants my ticket, he can meet me at the shore. Iceberg ahead, no turning around, no turning around. The lights are going under, goodbye. And somewhere in the darkness, while the whole ship disappears, I hear somebody shouting, "Don't worry, boys, we got this." Yeah, we definitely don't got this. Bad luck ain't new. I've been here before. Every time I build a roof, something falls through the floor. Monday brought a breakup, Tuesday brought the rain, Wednesday came with trouble, Thursday called my name, Friday looked promising, then the engine blew. I laughed so hard I damn near cried. What else was I gonna do? Bad luck ain't new. It's an old friend of mine, shows up uninvited at the worst damn time. Bad luck ain't new, but neither am I. I've been knocked down so many times. I learned how to survive. I lost a little money, lost a little sleep, lost a couple friends I thought I'd always keep. Lost my patience, lost my pride, but somewhere in the wreckage I found the will to drive. Everybody wants the sunshine, nobody wants a storm, but you don't learn much about yourself when everything goes warm. So bring the thunder, bring the rain, bring whatever's coming next. I've already met the devil and he couldn't cash the check. Bad luck ain't new. It's an old friend of mine, shows up uninvited at the worst damn time. Bad luck ain't new, but neither am I. I've been knocked down so many times. I learned how to survive. I don't need four-leaf clovers, I don't need Lucky Charms. I got scars on both my hands and fire in my heart. If this ship starts sinking, I'll grab another chair. If the roof starts falling, I'll probably stand right there. Yeah, maybe I'm stubborn, maybe I'm insane, but after everything I've seen, I'm not afraid of rain. Bad luck ain't new, so let it come tonight. I got a whiskey in my glass and headlights burning bright. Bad luck ain't new, but I'm still alive. If hell keeps chasing after me, hell better learn to drive. They keep telling me to slow down, like I don't know where I've been. Keep handing me directions, to a road I never lived in. They say I need forgiveness, they say I need a change. Funny how the cleanest hands always point at someone else's stains. I know I look half broken, I know I walk alone, but I've been rebuilding this life with every damn brick they threw. I don't need saving, I need another drink. I don't need your sermon, I already know what I think. I don't need saving, I've survived worse than you. You can keep your little lifeboat, I'm busy making it through. Beneath bad ceilings, I've eaten at empty tables. I watch people disappear the second I stop being useful. So don't tell me about struggle, don't tell me about pain. If you haven't walked through my fire, don't tell me how to hold the flame. I've made mistakes, I've paid the price, I've lost some things I won't get twice, but every time life knocked me down, I got up a little harder. So if you came here looking for someone to rescue, you came to the wrong bar. I don't need saving, I need another drink. I don't need your sermon, I already know what I think. I don't need saving, I've survived worse than you. You can keep your little lifeboat, I'm busy making it through. Maybe I'm not innocent, maybe I never was, but I know exactly who I am and I know what I've become. So let the world keep talking, let the righteous raise their hands. I got blood beneath my fingernails, and still I make my stand. I don't need an angel, I don't need a saint. I spent too many years trying to become what I ain't. If tomorrow brings another fire, I walk straight through the smoke. I've been carrying hell for years, you think that's gonna make me choke? I don't need saving, I need another mile. I got hell on my shoulders and a little fire in my smile. I don't need saving, let the whole damn world disagree. If I made it this far alone, then alone is good enough for me. There's a devil on the dashboard, and he's riding shotgun tonight. Got one hand on the radio and one hand on the light. He keeps telling me to turn around, I keep telling him to shut up. We've been down this road before, and they never gave a damn about us. The highway's black, the tank is full, the town behind me's burning, like it always knew I'd it better bring its best. Devil on the dashboard, laughing at the rain, telling me I'm crazy for getting in the game. Devil on the dashboard says I'm going too fast. I told him, brother, buckle up, we got hell behind us. Every mile marker looks like a warning sign. Every red light in this town feels like wasted time. I got a cracked windshield and a heart full of noise, but somewhere underneath it I can still hear my own voice. I don't know where I'm headed, and I don't care tonight. Sometimes you gotta lose the map to finally get your life right. Devil on the dashboard, laughing at the rain, telling me I'm crazy for getting in the game. Devil on the dashboard says I'm going too fast. I told him, brother, buckle up, we got hell behind us. He asked me if I'm scared. I said, hell yeah, I am. But fear ain't ever stopped me from doing what I can. He laughed and turned the radio up. Some old blues started playing. Funny how the darkest nights can make a man stop pretending. So let the engine scream, let the tires find the line. If tomorrow wants to find me, it can't wait until daylight. Devil on the dashboard, still riding next to me. But for the first time in my life, he's not driving anymore. Devil on the dashboard, I finally took the wheel, let him talk all night long. I know exactly what I feel. The road keeps running forward, and I'm done looking back. If hell is waiting up ahead, then hell can hit the gas. I ain't got a house worth burning, I ain't got a heart worth breaking, I ain't got a promise left that somebody ain't already taken. My pocket's got more holes than the stories I've been told. But I learned something funny: when you're broke, you can't be sold. I've lost some people, I've lost some years, I've swallowed more whiskey than I've shed tears. And every time I thought that was the end of the road, life threw another punch, so I learned to carry the load. Ain't nothing left to lose, so what you gonna take? Take the last damn dollar, take the last mistake. Oh, ain't nothing left to lose, I'm already down. You can bury me tomorrow, but tonight I'm still around. I used to be afraid of losing what I had. Then I lost it all and found out it wasn't ever told me. You become hard to kill when you stop being afraid to bleed. So bring the storm, bring the cold, bring every hand that ever let me go. I got both feet on the ground, I got hell in my blood, and I got one more reason to never give it up. Ain't nothing left to lose and everything to prove. If this is where the road ends, then watch what I do. Ain't nothing left to lose. Let the whole world come. I've been dead inside before, and somehow I still run. So strike that match, let the old life burn. I've got nothing left behind me, and nothing left to fear. Ain't nothing left to lose, but there's a hell of a lot to live for. Death came knocking, I told him take a seat. Said I've had a rough week, brother, give me something cold to drink. He looked at all my scars, said damn, you've had some fun. I said you should have seen me younger, you would have packed up and run. I've been kicked by bad luck, I've been cheated by fate. I've had angels turn their backs and devils tempt me straight. I lost my best intention somewhere around 32, but I kept my sense of humor, and that's all I had left to lose. I'm too mean to die, too stubborn to quit. I've been buried 6 feet deep and somehow climbed out of it. Too mean to die, too tired to cry. If the devil wants my number, he can wait in line. I slept on bad decisions, I woken up with worse. I spent whole damn winters wondering which way was worse. But every time the world said, you finished, that's the end, I looked at that bastard and said, try again. I ain't bulletproof, I ain't made of stone. I just learned how to keep moving when I'm walking alone. There's a little fire left that refuses to go cold. Maybe that's what happens when you've been through hell and grown old. I'm too mean to die, too stubborn to quit. I've been buried 6 feet deep and somehow climbed out of it. Too mean to die, too tired to cry. If the devil wants my number, he can wait in line. I know someday he'll get me, I'm not stupid enough to lie. But if he's coming for me, he's gonna have one hell of a time. So let the thunder roll, let the whiskey burn, let every bad decision come back for what it earned. I got one foot in the grave and one foot on the gas. If this life wants another round, I'm ready to make it last. Too mean to die, too stubborn to quit. I ain't asking for tomorrow, I'm just taking every bit. Too mean to die, still standing somehow. Death can keep on knocking, I'm not opening right now. Yeah, tell the devil I'll call him back. I've got somewhere to be. Bartender poured another, said, you sure there's wise? I said, I made worse decisions with both my eyes open wide. There's smoke above the ceiling, there's rain against the glass. Everybody in this room is running from something in their past. The jukebox keeps on playing some sad old blues refrain. Funny how a broken song can sound like someone's name. One more for the road, one more for the night, one more bad decision before I make things right. This is the last call from hell, and I'm answering tonight. I've been running from the darkness, now I'm walking into the light. Last call from hell, let the whole damn room go still. If I got one more fight left, you know I will. I see faces in the mirror, some I haven't seen in years. Some left without a goodbye, some disappeared behind my fears. I used to drink to forget them, now I drink to remember. Every fight I survived, every cold December. The bartender asked me, where you headed when you leave? I said, somewhere I can finally believe what I believe. He laughed and shook his head like he'd heard that line before, then slid the glass toward me and said, you know what you're drinking for. This is the last call from hell, and I'm answering tonight. I've been running from the darkness, now I'm walking into the light. Last call from hell, let the whole damn room go still. If I got one more fight left, you know I will. Maybe I don't need another drink, maybe I need the truth. Maybe all these years I've been trying to outrun my youth. So I put the glass down and I walked toward the door. Didn't know what waited outside, but I didn't fear it anymore. The rain hit like a warning, the street was cold and black. I looked up at the neon sign and knew there was no turning back. Last call from hell, no more running tonight. I've carried this fire for years, now I'm gonna make it mine. Last call from hell, let the old ghosts disappear. If the devil wants an answer, he can come and find me here. The jukebox stopped playing, the room went quiet as hell. I walk into the midnight rain, and I never heard that last call again. I met the devil at a roadside bar. He looked tired as hell. I said, "You owe me money, brother." He said, "How much?" I said, "You know damn well." I gave you 20 good years. I gave you nights I couldn't sleep. I gave you every bad decision you ever promised I'd keep. You took my youth, you took my peace, you took some people I love. But here's the funny part, you never took enough. The devil owes me money, and I want every dime. He charged me for the darkness, but that darkness made me mine. The devil owes me money for every scar he left. I paid the bastard everything, now he can pay the debt. He laughed and said, "You're crazy." I said, "Maybe that's true, but I've been paying interest since I was 22. You charge me for my mistakes, charge me for my pride, charge me every damn night. I almost lost my mind. You took my best years and called it a fair deal. Well, I learned how to survive, and that's something you can't steal. The devil owes me money, and I want every dime. He charged me for the darkness, but that darkness made me mine. The devil owes me money for every scar he left. I paid the bastard everything, now he can pay the debt. He reached into his coat, said, "I ain't got a cent." I said, "That's funny, devil, neither did I when you came collecting rent." So we sat there drinking while the jukebox played. Two old fools arguing about the price of mistakes. Then I looked him in the eyes and finally understood. He never owned my soul, he just made me think he could. So keep your money, devil, keep your gold in your chains. You already paid me back every time I walk through the flames. The devil owes me nothing, and I owe him less. I walked out of that bar with the weight off my chest. He can keep his kingdom, he can keep his throne. I've got my own road now, and I'm walking it alone. The devil owes me money, but I don't need it anymore. I already got my payment when I walked out that door. town. I know exactly where the trouble comes around. There's a woman at the bar, there's a bottle on the shelf, there's a voice inside my head saying, don't be stupid, man. I looked that voice dead in the eye and ordered one more drink. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is stop yourself from thinking. One more bad idea, one more night to regret, one more drink with the devil before I call it quits. One more bad idea, yeah, I know how this goes. Every time I say I'm done, that's when the trouble starts to show. I've got a history of making things worse. I could write a book about it, but I'd probably make it worse. I said I'd quit the whiskey, I said I'd quit the fights, I said I'd stop chasing trouble at least 3 times last night. My friends keep telling me, you're gonna get yourself killed. I said I've been hearing that for years, and somehow I'm here still. One more bad idea, one more night to regret, one more drink with the devil before I call it quits. One more bad idea, yeah, I know how this goes. Every time I say I'm done, that's when the trouble starts to show. Maybe I don't need saving, maybe I just need sleep. Maybe all these bad decisions are the secrets that I keep. But there's a little fire in me that never learned to behave, and every time I try to bury it, it digs itself a grave. So turn the music louder, let the old guitar scream. If tomorrow wants an explanation, tomorrow can wait for me. One more bad idea, one more round tonight. I've spent my whole damn life trying to get things right. One more bad idea, then I'll walk away. That's what I always tell myself, and that's why I'm here today. If this is my last mistake, then let it be a good one. Let the night remember me before the morning comes. One more bad idea, one more shot at the dark. Sometimes you gotta lose yourself just to find where you are. One more bad idea, and then I'm done, I swear. Well, probably. Probably. I've been running from the morning, I've been running from the night, I've been running from the faces I still see when I close my eyes. I've changed 1,000 highways, I slept in different towns, but every road I ever took still somehow led me back around. I thought distance could erase it, thought time could make it fade, But the past don't need a passport, it follows where you stay. So tonight I pulled the car over and I killed the engine cold. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't scared of what I know. I ain't running anymore. Let the ghosts come through the door. Let them tell me who I was. Let them show me what I lost. I ain't running anymore. I don't care what waits outside. I spent half my life escaping. Now I'm standing in the fire. Every name I let go, every time I chose a highway when I should've stayed at home. I remember being younger, thinking that I'll run regret. Funny how the older you get, the more you learn to face yourself. I don't need another bottle, I was scared, I was wrong. But I survived every version of the man I've been along. I ain't running anymore. Let the ghosts come through the door. Let them tell me who I was. Let them show me what I lost. I ain't running anymore. I don't care what waits outside. I spent half my life escaping. Now I'm standing in the fire. Maybe I can't change the damage. Maybe some wounds never close. But I can choose what happens next, and that's something no one owns. So bring me every memory, bring me every name. I sit here in the darkness and I won't look away. The devil can't keep knocking. The past can scream my name. I've got nothing left to hide now, and nothing upon my shoulders, but I made it through the flames. I ain't running anymore. Let the old world disappear. If tomorrow wants to find me, I'll be waiting right here. For once in my life, I don't need to leave. I'm finally home, inside the man I became. I woke up with a morning after years of chasing night. Sun came through the window, and for once it didn't feel like a fight. I looked at all the scars that I used to hide away. Every one of them was proof that I survived another day. I thought hell would have an ending, Thought somebody would come save me. Then I learned the hardest truth: nobody was coming to save me. So I saved myself, one broken piece at a time. Turned every loss into a lesson, turned every wound into a line. I'm still standing after everything, still breathing, still hearing that old guitar sing. I've been through the fire, I've been buried in the ground, but somehow after all of it, I'm still standing now. I lost friends along the highway, lost a woman I once loved, lost the man I thought I'd become when the world got rough. I made mistakes I'd never make again. I said words I can't take back. I've watched good things disappear and still kept moving down the track. There ain't no clean redemption, there ain't no perfect man. There's just a choice every morning to become better than you were. I don't need to forget it, I don't need to hide the scars. They're the reason I can recognize who I really am. I'm still standing after everything, still breathing, still hearing that old guitar sing. I've been through the fire, I've been buried in the ground, but somehow after all of it, I'm still standing now. If the devil wants the old me, he can have him back tonight. The man already paid the price and earned the right to die. I don't carry hell like a prison, I carry it like a scar. Every mile I walk through darkness taught me who we really are. So here's to every bad decision, every night I thought I'd break, every door that slammed behind me, every road I chose to take. Here's to every empty bottle, every cold and lonely room, every time I thought the darkness was never gonna make room for the moon. I'm still standing, and that's enough. I don't need a crown, I don't need applause. I've got both feet on the ground and a little fire in my blood. I'm still standing. Let the whole world know I carried hell on my shoulders, and I still kept walking home. And if tomorrow brings another storm, I'll meet it when it comes. I've already survived the worst of me. So let the guitar cry, let the final lights go down. I've got hell on my shoulders, but I'm still standing. Thank you for spending the evening with Gentleman FM. Subscribe and we'll keep a seat waiting for you.